Hello, thank you for joining us. My name is Zazie Udwefe-Ideho, and this is The Breakfast Show on TSL Nigeria TV.
Welcome. Many professionals enter into the work field to render service, grow, help others grow, and improve their life circumstances. Yet, when workers are actually improving life circumstances and rendering service, they must all assure that they maintain clear boundaries to ensure responsibility and professionalism. Is this always the case? Today on The Breakfast Show, we will be discussing workers and crossing boundaries. We are joined by a very special guest, an entrepreneur and the founder of MySkill Connect, talking about Mr. Patrick Ubuane. Good morning.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Good to have you again.
Thank you.
Zazie,
Good morning, Faith.
you look good.
Thank you.
You all look good.
Thank you.
Up, down, up, down, up, down.
I see you have a splendid
Thank you so
All
much.
right, so let's talk about workers and crossing boundaries today. Now, I have had several experiences with people who come to render service, or I go to them for services, and they look at me and feel there should be something, we should start up something after the
Romantic.
Should I say your body betrays you?
They just feel, this one would be nice for me to date to. I don't know what plays in their head, but I'm thinking about several other people who may not be able to handle that. Now, a quick story. I got in touch with someone who, does this painting and screening job. I wanted to change the look of my room, and I was like, okay, let me contact this person. He had done something for me in the past, and I think I liked it. So I called him and said, okay, hey, this is what I want you to do. He sounded all professional, like he was in the past. And he did the job, and I paid him his money. There's something I do most times. If I have a budget in my head and I call someone to do a job for me and the person's price range falls within that budget or lower, I will not start pricing. You know, Nigerians we like to bargain.
Yeah.
I will not bargain. I'll just say, okay, do the job. Let's
get it done
let
well.
the money not be a hindrance. So just do the job and do it right. So he got done and I paid him. He even gave me a discount without me asking. I was like, okay,
Thank you.
A good place. Thank you. My God is working.
Yeah.
So days after, he sent me a message, because before now we had this conversation about another friend who wanted to give her room a
what was the interval?
let's just say like 5 days.
Were you very friendly with him?
No, I actually was not friendly, but I had to be nice to him because he was in my space, he was in my house. I don't like being mean to people that come to work, because I just feel
You don't even know where you meet them outside.
I need us to end on a good note so that you will not bring armed robbers to my house. That is always my fear. So he told me, how about your friend? Is she back in town? I said, no, the lady is not back in town. And that ended. 2 days after that day, he sent me another message. I was like, is she back? My mind, I was like, why is this guy bent on wanting to do this job for my friend? What's the peak? So I did not respond. All of a sudden, he sent me a text, and he said he does not know how to keep this to himself again.
It's February, Valentine month.
He doesn't know how to keep this to himself again. He's in love with me, and he would like me to be his girlfriend, and I would love him. I was in shock. I'm still in shock.
You're still in shock?
Did you respond to him though?
No, you know now. You wanted to respond, and I just leave him. So I think I blocked him. So that's taken care of. Now we also see other situations where, as young ladies, we go to the bank to withdraw our money. Sometimes it's not our money.
I've even had experiences in bank.
It was not my money. My mother's money. She was only using my account. So I just feel this so-called account officer of mine was thinking, this small girl with this money. I need to pay him. Let me anchor. So he started becoming nice, and he asked me for my number. I gave him the number as per bank, so I can have like easy access to the bank and stuff like that. If I want to make a withdrawal, if there's no network, he can help me and bring the cash home. All of a sudden, the guy wanted to start coming to my house to have lunch. And my mom was like, mother's night, she was coming from a place of, is it the banker? My mom was like, Mom,
no, this is not the banker as in the banker. This is the banker that wants to take your daughter.
Really? So So that has happened with bankers a lot. That has happened a lot. With this particular painter guy, it has happened with cab drivers. It has happened, they want to call you later for your drink. And I think it's very unprofessional.
Yeah, it is.
Well,
I think it is unprofessional. So that's why we have someone who works with the skilled people in the house today, talking about Patrick Ubuane.
Okay.
I need you to tell us, as people who are, you know, receiving service, how do we handle people who put us in this kind of position?
That's a tough one in Nigeria. It's a tough one because I think this thing has been existing for a very long time. You know, and there's no way, the only way for us to correct it is to start with this younger generation. You know, most people don't have this professional ethics when it comes to, for artisans and skilled employers. When they are with a lady, and they lose their focus and they forget why they are there. They're actually here to make money. Now, I have a friend that there's this keke guy that always picks her up every day. And a few days later, the guy started telling her not to pay for keke.
He has fallen in love.
Yeah, and she was like, why? You just came from a village, you need money, and I need to pay you your money. She was like, the guy was like, no, don't worry, madam. Don't pay. And after a while, it
I'm just smiling.
And then she wanted to go to church, and she called this guy to come pick her up. And this guy came with Uber, a big boat. Like, madam, let's go to church together.
No, good.
He's paying for the boat.
He's paying for the boat.
He dropped his keke at home.
Oh, yeah.
And he came with boat to pick this girl.
Maximum comfort.
Look who we have
You know,
here.
so sometimes they forget the reason why they are there, and they just, you know.
Do you think they're hiding under the mantra, you can find love anywhere, or we found love in a crazy
No, I
place?
think it's
No,
that.
but again, I threw this topic to a friend of mine during the I said, but I find it awkward that I'm going to be discussing this. And he said, for a guy, he said, oh, they were discussing this because we look at their jobs as menial jobs. And I said, no. I said, I don't find it funny that I go to a hospital and you attend to me as a doctor. At the end of the day, you say, okay, I'll call you later. And I said, okay, that's fine, you know, for checkups and if there's anything I need to reach out to you. And you're telling me, okay, that you ever since the day I came to the hospital, you just happened to like me. That's happened to me. And I found it and I found it very, very not just comfortable for me because I mean, like, we just met. Less than 2 days, telling me you love me. How do you love me, Oga? Why will you even choose to love me? So I think that maybe establishments or institutions or organizations should just put the bound and say, don't cross boundaries. Don't ask staffs. I don't even ask them for a date. Don't go beyond workforce. So he was like, oh, but what if God has said these people are to meet and as married? I told her, no, go meet for outside. People will see somewhere outside, but not within
here.
the space of okay, we're being professional. Like what you said, the painter, you overstepped his bounds now.
And there's no way you're going to refer such person.
No. But Mr. Patrick, have you had any experience, maybe a staff or you got a report from maybe a client telling you that, you know, you sent your assistant to come around work for me and he's actually toasting me?
For me, I've not experienced it because no girl will come and toast me.
Okay, let's turn the table. Let's switch tables right now. We are complaining because we are ladies.
Yeah.
We just feel, this person is too forward. So as a guy, imagine maybe you have a female artisan. You know, she comes to do maybe a filming job and later on she's calling you and like, Mr. Patrick, you know, I think I like you, I'd like to see you later. How would you react?
Will you feel irritated or will you look at
Some guys will not find it offensive.
So how would you, Patrick, how would you go?
I think I'll find it to be very irritating to me because you are here to do a job and I'll feel like you have other agenda.
But Mr. Patrick, if she was a pilot, will you feel offended?
That's a very tough question.
So you see, sometimes it comes with the role of the job.
It does,
your mind, that became man go to gist me, God, why me? But I don't know human beings.
Yeah.
No, I think if you want to chase a woman, like, I'm not saying don't go ahead and chase because
but look at your standards.
You can find love anywhere. Not even about standard. I just still feel that you need to know the time, the place, the when, the where, the how. You need to put
the when, the when,
you need to find
the
a
when.
connection. There should be a connection.
The when.
Just, okay, how many more women are you going to fall in love with? Because it's your job. And it's
definitely
your job
more.
in my house. You're going to go to another house and see somebody more beautiful that is even a higher spec. So is it that when you go to Uzezi's house today, you fall in love with Uzezi? You go to Faith Imaye's house tomorrow, you fall in love with Faith Imaye. You cannot have control over your feelings because you're going to be meeting a lot of women. That's the truth. Now let's talk about the cab drivers. We have most of these cab services.
They'll save your numbers.
Why are you even saving my number? They'll save your number and call you and say, I just called to check up on you.
Don't check up on
you.
me.
And they only do it to pretty girls. They don't do the...
No,
I don't know anybody.
For them to have the nerve to do it to me, it means that
they're doing it to someone else too.
And you don't know how many more people you're offending with that particular attitude. So I think it's a problem. So if you say like, as I said, companies should, give them instructions and say, this is it. Don't talk to your customers, don't ask them out and stuff like that. What if this particular hand, now this is for you, Mr. Patrick, is a very good hand? Sometimes we have staff that are very good, but they will annoy you, they're aching you somehow, but you don't know how to, let them go because their services are very important to you. How would you handle that kind of person? This person has a weakness, because some of them have weakness. I've seen situations where the cab driver is, probably wanking and carrying a lady, and this lady is even properly dressed.
Are you serious?
Yeah, it's crazy. Is that crazy? So we see people who are good with their jobs or have this weakness. How do they handle themselves? How do they, work on themselves?
The employers, how do the employers even handle such people?
I think it's very difficult, mostly in Nigeria, because the employers may not find it as a very serious problem.
They are losing clients.
I don't think they even know they are losing clients.
For me, Faith, if a client reports to me about this particular person in my company who I know is good, do you understand? Maybe not one, not two, not three people have complained about you. I think for me personally, I'll let you go because you can't be spoiling my brand.
What the clients have, they have to create more awareness. Yeah. What the client has to do when they encounter something like this, they need to report to someone in charge, because the employers, they don't know about all these things. So when a driver tries to talk to you and you get offended, you stop operating with that company, right? But the management, they don't know what happened. So
that's true. You have a point.
Lay that complaint to the management, then I think they can find way around.
Okay, so now let's talk about people who don't have management. They are their own boss. They know that they own this business. They run this thing. So there's nobody you can report to. It's a one-on-one thing. Like this painter right now, he does not have any boss. It's a one-on-one thing. So people that run that kind of business, how will me, a customer, handle it? Because I know I've blocked him, but yeah, he's still going to go around doing that.
And he knows your house as well. So
and especially, sometimes we act friendly to these people because, like I said, I don't want them to think I want to
she has a nasty attitude
and come to my house later because you cannot trust anybody. Yeah. So how will we act, customers? Should we start doing fake smile? I don't know. Should we frown? How should we go about it?
I think some of the
people in our homes,
when they see you already, they already have their agenda. So it doesn't matter whether you smile or frown.
Now, there's another story about a friend of mine who called these people this aboki that used to sew, to shape clothes for her. So she was Obioma, good, but it's the Hausa ones. So she now called this guy into her house and she was like, okay, help me amend these clothes. And he will amend. She will go and size it. Nothing will change. She was like, are you sure you're even working on these clothes at all? Because I'm not even feeling it. Okay, or do you want to take my measurements? And the guy was like, yes. Make I measure you. And she stood for him to measure.
Don't tell me where it's going.
Was measuring.
Oh my God. So he brought out his tape and he, tried to get the length and tried to get the
both size.
And that was how he grabbed her boobs.
Huh?
Are you serious?
No jokes. She did not know what to do. She just, she pushed him and she started screaming. But she just felt, let me not scream too much because the house is like in the corner. This guy, if he wants to overpower me,
he used scissors to stab you.
He picked up his scissors now. Very fast. He picked up his scissors. And
serious?
she ran out and called her neighbors. They met him with the scissors in his hand. And they were like, what is happening? He started crying. He said, I don't know what came over me. It has happened again. And I'm like,
it has happened again.
Meaning it's something that always happens. Or is this just an escape route for you to say you have a problem?
That means sometimes, Faith, customers are at risk.
Yeah.
Bringing people into your home sometimes. From what you said, I know of a story. My husband's friend, the guy comes to fix their dish for them, maybe when Signal is out and stuff like that. So the woman noticed that anytime this guy's around, the way he smiles with her maid, but she's like, okay. She came back from work one day, found her children locked in the parlor. Like there's an outer door to the veranda. I locked them there, and both of them were in the room. That's the guy who fixes the dish and her maid. So getting into the house, She was looking for her keys. Mommy, why? Mommy, why? Yeah. What are people doing here? So even the maid and this guy did not even know that the woman had come. She opened the door and met them doing what they were doing on the bed. And that shock, she wanted to shout, but she said no. She has children. You never can tell people do. You know, maybe the maid now tried to attack her or the man tried to attack her. So what she did was just told him, dress up and leave my house. Yeah. And she told the girl, you two, just dress up and go. So my point is, I think we should get to a point whereby anybody we bring to our house to work for us, or anybody's services we need to maybe employ, we should have someone we can report to. Yeah, I think we should get to that stage. That's why we should have someone we can report to.
That's why you have MySkill Connect. It's a place where you can rate and reviews artisans. So when you meet like a painter, for example, you can go through their page and see their reviews. So maybe someone like you would have, rated the guy and say, this guy is a no-go area. So when someone like Mrs. Hayes would try to recruit such persons, they see that, okay, this guy is not someone that I can trust. So I think that solves that aspect.
And personally for me, I've come to a conclusion that I keep a work attitude with anybody that comes to work for me, because most times when people want to step their bound, and I have this quick space to just discern, like, okay, this one, I pick. Do you understand? Sometimes you come to work for me. I'm not saying that I'm not to give you food. Do you understand? If I want to, I will. But I'm not be like, madam, you know cook. Crossing bounds. Yes, so a company has done that to me before. I'm like, sorry? So, madam, you know cook. I'm like, okay, I have bread. So I gave him bread and I gave him a drink. And the next day came again, I say, okay, yeah, not be a restaurant. Do you understand? If I want to, I should. People who come to paint my house sometimes, like when I want to change the look of my house, when they work, I know, okay, they'll be working since morning. When I make lunch, myself, I make for them. It should be for me, not that you are insisting, And I did that to one painter. He came, he was the one who did the painting again in December. And the next time when he came, it now looked like a tradition. I said, madam, we never eat sales, so no power to work. I was like... Seriously. So madam, we never eat, no power to work. I was too shocked. Mine was, okay, I have bread. I always have bread. Take bread. Take a drink, and this will be the last time you will work for me.
Yeah, true.
This is the last time.
I think we should not, except maybe this person, the way people will say in Pidgin, I'm rich house. Or if it's someone you just met randomly, I'm not sure it's advisable to repeat hands.
Yes.
So, in as much as I still feel, sometimes when I get very comfortable with a skilled person, I'm like, okay, this is someone I know. I still think it breeds finish. So it's better for me to use Ozezi today. I use
another person.
Then tomorrow.
No, you always use me for that.
Tomorrow I use someone else. Okay, so that that whole finish she cannot do without me thing. We can cut it.
And it happens a lot with artisans. Yeah. When you keep on like my gen guy. I just had to cut him off. You call him today, you call him the next day, you call him over again, you call him over again. It's finished. Like it's just me. So
I had the same issue with my satellite installer as well.
Exactly. And who installed my?
And the guy told him my remote.
He installed it. He told me if you have any problem, now me, the start and
finish. You just feel like okay.
And he walked on my side, and I just felt he was the start and finish. So when I was not having issues, I will call him. When he comes, he will not start working.
He will sit down.
This guy will have the nerve to go and open my fridge. And be like, madam, now this one you drink, you strong though.
Let's see your fridge.
I was becoming comfortable because I was like, that does
the start and finish. The alpha and the omega, the satellite.
He will drop his tools, he will disappear. He will start calling me at odd hours. I'm coming back to do the work, I'm like, don't come. Suddenly, I stopped calling him, I stopped picking his calls. He came to my house one day so that I changed this. He was like, you did not tell me. I said, I found someone else. And that someone else I haven't found. Even if that is having a problem tomorrow, I will find another person. Because I cannot.
You don't want to get so familiar.
Why would you be opening my fridge? Are you paying rent with me? Do you know how I bought the things inside? So I think sometimes most of these skilled persons should know when their boundary ends. Like they should just know that this is it. Just do your work. Get paid and get out. It's as simple as that. Nobody is undermining your ability.
No. We're not undermining the job you do. Be you a keke rider, plumber.
We are even respecting you more if you come and
do your thing and
go. That respect will even be there. I can call you.
And also refer you. And also refer you.
Yes, having skill is not enough. I believe that in the next few years, this new generation of artisans will be more professional, will be more respectful. and they'll be more skillful, because the ones we have now, there's nothing to talk about.
Oh, well, thank you very much, Mr. Patrick, for being here with us. I can see Fios is still not pleased with every artisan who has broke our hearts. Just like Mr. Patrick said, having skill is not enough. You need to know etiquette. You just need to know how to actually relate with your clients. And I'm hoping that, you don't get to miss referrals, like Faith said. So you don't get to miss referrals just because you overstepped your bounds. Thank you very much for joining us on The Breakfast Show. Please do not to subscribe to all our socials. That's TSL Nigeria TV, and follow us on Facebook, Twitter. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, TSL Nigeria TV. My name is Uzezi Udwefe-Dale. Have a great day.
Stay connected to TSL Nigeria and get updates on the go all day, every day. Subscribe to our YouTube channel on TSL Nigeria Space TV and join our online family.